Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh. Hi good people, what are you up to? Hopefully you are doing great. This is Risa Aryani speaking. I'd like to continue my previous video about marriage without a long-term relationship before, scientifically and Islamically. There will be 3 theories that we would like to discuss. The first one is neuro-linguistic programming, also known as NLP. The second theory is similarities and pattern in coincidence, and the third or the last is synchronicities in coincidence. Without further ado, let's get to it. The first theory, it is neuro-linguistic programming or NLP. It explains how people end up with certain behaviors due to a particular neurological dispositions. So it talks about someone's behavior which is affected by their thought or their mind. From this theory, we can also relate with an egg, or let's say it is a lesson from an egg, that if a force comes from inside of egg, then a life begins. But if the force comes from outside, then the life ends. Do you get what I mean? So, if someone breaks an egg, then it will be broken, or it will be our food. I mean, like, there will be no life at all. There will be no chicken, right? But if the force comes from inside, or from its chicken, or from chicken itself, that little chicken, then life begins like that. So everything comes from life comes from our mind. Our realities comes from our mind, because nothing will change unless the distortions or our negative thought is reversed. So we have to get rid of our negative thought, so that our bright future will show. It is what Freud states in his importance of subconscious theory. He states that we have to know what's in our subconscious that's attracting a particular event or particular result in our life. For example, like, why do I always fail at crucial moments? And so on and so on. Besides that, NLP also focuses on rooting out the particular hidden conviction that manipulate our senses and make us see or hear things that are not there. It is like what I have said before. I have stated before that we have to know the trigger or the source of what our behavior it relates with our neurological dispositions, like what neuro-linguistic programming talks about. And let's move on to the second theory. It's from Magda Osman. Pardon for my bad pronunciations at pronouncing the name. Magda Osman is an experimental psychologist at the University of London and one of the study's authors. The theory, which is stated, is the very definition of coincidence relies on picking out similarities and patterns. In other words, coincidence happen because of the choice or decisions that we have made according to the similarities or our choice that we like according to our mind, that it will produce the pattern. So it starts from our mind, and then our decisions according to our choice. After that, these decisions will create pattern, and this pattern will create coincidence. I think that's what I can emphasize about this theory. Hopefully you get what I mean. And then let's go to the last theory. It's from Bernard Bateman. He is psychiatry and neurobehavioral science professor at University of Virginia and a coincidence researcher. He states about there is no such coincidence but synchronicities. This coincidence is an indicator of an invisible network that connects everyone and everything. So it's like everything relates to one another. one another or everything in this universe is like magnet that will attract one another, like that. So we will attract someone or something that radiates us, that is the same with us. That's why we have to radiate good, so we will also attract the good comes to our life. You know, we must not worry about bad things that happen in our life or at our past, because there are two mistakes that happen in our life. The first mistake, it weakens us, and the second mistake, it strengthens us, it changes us, because that mistake will give us a lesson, and this lesson will give us an experience, and this experience will make a better us, will make the best persons of us. And according to Islam, we have a belief that everything in this life has already written in Lauh Mahfuzh even before we were created, that it is an inevitable thing or cannot be avoided, even though how hard we try to change it. But in spite of that fact, we still have to do many efforts, many strive, or many struggle, or we have to thrive, or we have to struggle to create our dreams to become a reality. We have to make our dreams come true. So this is also called as fate. Fate means something that we cannot change, even though we try so hard to change or to pursue or to make it a reality, because we are not God. We have no power to change or to create something. What we do or what we achieve because of God power or because of Allah Subhanahu wa Ta'ala. Thank you very much. Wassalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.